people say that sometimes you have to fake it to make it.
I would not blame the young guys, because when I was younger, I tended to always want to get a better phone. As you said, faking it until you make it. Yes, you can say in a way that you should up to a point, because if you go into a place and you look hungry, they will give you the job.
Staying on one job or moving from one job to the other every other time.
You should not jump from job to job. If you spend 2 years here, move on to another job 2 years, another job 2 years, nobody's going to want to hire you because they look at you that you will only be there, you are very unreliable. You understand? So there's really no hard and fast rule to being on your own, working for somebody, spending 1 year or 2 years at a job. It's dynamic.
A high-paying job or a fulfilling career?
High-paying job.
Small social circle or a large network?
A large network.
But I don't carry enter one place where they ask me whether I do that.
Wait, which guy?
Which guy carry?
Camry.
If you call your desk line,
You
will you choose English?
Yeah, I would.
No.
Because I speak well.
Oh.
Hey,
And being able to speak alone take you places.
So you did not speak well.
You that cannot even pronounce Sonny or somebody.
Being young, or when you are young and money comes in for you, don't spend it lavishly.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is the Tattle Podcast. Trust me, today I know that I did not do the normal introduction I used to do, but we have an elderly person in the building, so I have to do
special guest, by the way.
So I have to behave myself. Do you understand?
As you should.
As I should. But I feel like when the conversation starts, I'm going to show my true nature. And we have other people that are against me. So, but by the way, let's not waste any more time. They call me the host with the most. I'm not a ghost. They call me the superstar. DAPS. Drum rolls. So Sunday has to put that drum roll now.
There's no way we are allowing it in post.
What? You will not allow what?
We'll cut out the drum roll.
Because of the guest that is here, you don't know man, I'm supposed to say the bad boy, superstar, but I just know the bad boy there.
You just called yourself a bad boy.
No, bad in form of good.
How can you be bad in a good way?
You guys didn't graduate. You're not graduates of English, and your education can be questioned. You went to a private university.
I went to a federal university.
What do you finish with?
What did you finish with?
What did you finish with?
What did you finish with?
Let's start.
Chill.
What do you finish with?
You look like a 2-2 graduate.
What did you finish
No.
with?
Now you bring the topic on the graduate English. What did you finish with?
What uni did you go? Answer the question
class.
first. Just answer the question. What uni did you go?
Federal University of Technology,
Technology.
That is not the bone of
No.
contention.
You know the
idea.
You go to a Federal University of Technology and now you're doing podcast. Do with that information whatever you please. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I've got the other two gentlemen in the house, and of course I'll be unveiling my special guest. I've got Big Daddy OJ, like Sean would say.
What up?
How you doing, OJ?
Very well, man.
I heard that you were married during the week.
Yes, 3 days.
For 3 days. Did your wife miss you?
Of course she did. What do you expect?
Why is that a question?
I'm not
What is that question?
Like, I just need to know, like, I miss your wife. I've not been around for like 2 weeks.
You've been a bad boy, you know. I mean, you introduced yourself as a bad boy, so.
Bad can mean good. I know I guess understand what
I don't understand. You are an English student and you're saying bad can mean
bad
good.
can mean good.
Like, I don't want to bring up my phone and actually show you guys what it means. Should we do that? So that you guys know that.
Let's move on. You are just going to further embarrass yourself.
I mean, brilliant man. You need to know that.
That graduated with a top
No,
class.
when you mean bad, I don't even look like a first class graduate. That's like the
Hey, don't do that
And I went to
for it.
and I went to the prestigious University of Lagos, the nation's pride, and the people's choice.
Very touching.
Come on. How you doing, Sean? How's your week been?
It was is it a lot? If I no work now, I go talk say I be good love. I work 9, I see the chastise you. What's your problem? Why do you have bipolar disorder?
So, BA, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Honestly, I'm proud of you. In this time, for you to take on 2 different jobs at the same time. 3 now. So well done. Like,
Yeah, and B has this. I forgot to tell you guys.
and he should,
He doesn't shoot for me.
but you paying him.
I wasn't, but like you don't like. I'm a work in
Were you
progress.
paying him?
I was a work in progress.
I mean, you,
I mean, what?
You're a big boy,
Don't do what you're about to do.
I beg, we
I should not
get.
expose you.
Don't do what you're about to do.
We don't already. We don't.
Ekpa may be in the house like this now. Don't.
Yeah. I beg.
In this case, you should be our helper.
No.
But anyway-
Senior Ekpa is in the house.
Anyway, we have a special guest in the building.
Yes.
I mean, I do not have the right words to describe who our guest is, but trust me, you'll be glad to meet him. So I'll be handing over to B. to do the
Okay.
introduction.
But wait, before you know that there's some people that if you hear their voice, you just know that
No, and you have to listen.
you are loaded, man.
Then now there's this. You get how you go talk when money day. There's a different baritone in your voice.
BA. So this is it. It's not money. It's not wealth.
Okay.
There is an amount of knowledge you have. You don't stress when you are talking.
Speak.
Like people listen to you. People are eager to say,
Me we're gonna shout for a living.
"You be broke boy now."
All right.
Okay, we have a very special guest on set. Somebody that is ready to give us his wealth of knowledge. Someone here to bless us. He graduated from the University of Unilag as well as Obafemi Awolowo University. Studied zoology and
Pharmacy.
Pharmacy. Yes. You can see it's only 2 cousins. That could have graduated with
We are speaking
wow!
degree
First degree.
in zoology.
I'm already doing my
and
masters.
Pharmacy.
How's your business?
Sorry, are you doing masters or PGD?
All joint.
That's
They're
what
the same
third
thing.
class graduate does.
Wow.
Of course, now it's the truth now.
No, you're not knowledgeable to know that.
I know that. See, so first and foremost,
No, OJ, I will not take it.
I am more educated than you.
You are lying on sure.
Bigo.
I am more
Bigo.
educated than you. So
You are not.
I am more educated
You are
than you.
not. You are not.
In terms of certifications, I'm more
How many
educated than you.
certificates do you have?
At least I have first and second degree. You are just doing a PGD.
How old are you?
In my 30s.
You 30.
Yes.
You is a 40-year-old man. But me, I be done, John. I mean, early 20s and getting it. You already
A
know.
PGD. I didn't have to go through PGD. Oh, I didn't even include
No,
MBA.
my PGD is as a result of.
Is as a
I
result
want
of
to
your
switch lines. I want
undergraduate.
to switch lines actually.
Baba, you graduated with a third class.
Whether switching line or whatever, the person that we have on set is
Super brilliant.
He's super brilliant. Like I said, wealth of knowledge. His water is going to flow.
Yes, sir.
His water is going to flow. Like I said, graduate of zoology. Let
your presence flow. In this
They know there's this other one. We have come from
draw.
draw from you. Oh God, we have come to draw today. So, like I said, graduate of pharmacy and zoology. Then he set up his pharmaceutical industry in 1995. Med House Pharmacy Limited.
Yeah.
Then up until that, he did it till 2012 where he set up. He started it in 1995. Started doing distribution of pharmaceutical products, importing and distribution of pharmaceutical products in 1995 up until 2012 where he now set up Med Heights.
Yes, sir.
You can see that the person that we are talking about from Med House to Med Heights. This is no other person than Mr. Adetunji Doherty.
No,
Let me tell you something. When you are introducing somebody big,
You make mistakes.
You make mistakes.
no, not that you make
You
mistakes.
start stuttering.
No, the person's presence. There's a way the person's
Bloody
presence
Ododo.
influences you.
Preach.
But here we have.
We should have not made you sit beside him. Because wisdom cannot just be passing over you.
Now you go past. Now you go past to
because
see
I'm
this song.
right.
Yes, no. But he's been
But-
deliberately put you
No,
there.
it's deliberate so that he'll learn.
Yeah. You forgot to say he's happily married and he has
You
children.
see,
I'm getting married
exactly.
soon.
how you will know drunk people? I'm not going to say anything.
Well, let's move on.
Mr. Tunji, welcome.
Welcome, sir.
Mr.
Welcome,
Tunji,
sir.
welcome.
And the correct pronunciation is Doherty.
Doherty.
Doherty. Thank you very much.
much. You
I'm
got
not,
it
going to
right.
say, I'm not going to say anything. You know, you're looking nice. You're
Thank
looking
you.
beautiful.
Thank
So
you very much.
I know that me. Which one? It's
No, go
okay.
on.
Continue.
Continue now.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Sir, don't let me say anything. Sir, you are looking beautiful, Abi.
Thank you very much.
Oi. As come, sir. Yes, I've introduced you a little bit, but I want you to do justice, to this introduction. So please, let our audience know you properly.
Okay. I'm Mr. Detunji Doherty, a pharmacist, a fellow of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria for quite a while. A noble profession, a brilliant profession, and I have really enjoyed being in this profession. And I would like to thank all those that have organized this for inviting me. Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir.
It's our pleasure.
All right. So
First question before we go in.
you want
Based
to
on
ask me a
your-
question already.
Yes, I want to add something.
So acknowledge those ones that are behind the camera.
Leave those boys. Okay, we'll acknowledge them later.
You know, he don't go off like.
No press point. So you said something about being a pharmacist. If you have the chance to do it again, will you still choose pharmacy?
I will. It's a very good profession that teaches you ethics. And we need a lot of ethics in this profession. Being a pharmacist, even studying pharmacy, it takes a lot of discipline, self-control. And these are the things that you need in life. These are the building blocks of life. So I would choose pharmacy. I would choose being a pharmacist over and over again.
Thank you. The reason I asked the question is because of you.
God
You
bless
say
you.
you are switching career. So with that said, let us acknowledge.
No, wait. That's your question. If you call your next life,
I want to study.
will you choose English?
Yeah, I would. I would.
No.
Because I speak well.
Oh.
Hey,
And being able to speak alone will take you places.
So you did not speak well.
You that cannot even pronounce some name or somebody. And
And what?
They went to technical school. I don't know.
That's why I'm technical. I speak English technically.
See, wait till Kifero for Bible.
Actually, stubbornness.
Stubbornness and pride.
That's by the way. So we'd like to acknowledge the presence of the people behind camera. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for organizing it.
Mr. Tunde,
and
the guy that always and consistently refused to be in the camera.
No, he will come soon. He don't win this thing.
Yes, and by the way,
Uh-huh.
we've been shouting him out for quite a time now.
Yeah.
I mean, our guy is an award-winning
Gang.
post-production
Oh,
editor.
they're not doing.
they
They don't know.
They won it now.
They won it.
They went for the presentation last Sunday now.
But before I leave here,
2 Sundays ago.
before I leave here, remind me. I need to send you.
And then we have our big copper, Kunga himself.
Konga, Krekpete.
You know, I always say something. There are only 2 coppers in Nigeria: Big C and the other coppers. This one, it just finished now.
Young and getting it. You already know.
It's all right.
But I mean, first question. Let's get down to business. Like this question is very lengthy, and I want to learn a lot. But my first question is going to be awkward. Shift back. So, sir, this is not in my script. I promise.
Okay.
My first question is: so when you walked in, what a lot of young people will do is they assess. Yeah, and there are these conversations around. People say that sometimes you have to fake it to make it. So when you came inside, not that I was sizing you up.
Okay.
I shall okay, nice. That's looking like a Richard Mille and another watch on the side, cool. When I saw your phone, I'm like, is that iPhone? iPhone. So what is the problem? So what's your take on faking it till you make it down? What's your take on people on
Living their reality.
yeah, people living their reality and having what they cannot genuinely afford. I mean, I saw a tweet recently and somebody said, if you are using an iPhone 14 and you can't eat, sell it and eat it. So what's your take on it? And why have you decided to? Obviously, you can afford 16 cents.
Yes. I use an iPhone XR because it does all the things I need. I don't need to buy something much more expensive and tie my money down. I would not blame the young guys because when I was younger, I tended to always want to get a better phone. And it's true, yes, I have a decent wristwatch and all that. And as you said, faking it until you make it, yes, you can say in a way that you should up to a point. Because if you go into a place and you go hungry, they won't give you the job. You see, so, but at the same time, you don't overdo it in terms of that. You spend too much money, tying too much money down. So you have to try and get a balance. You might just have a few clothes that are very, very good, and it's for those occasions when you want to get a job. You might have a nice pair of shoes and all that. But basically, you also have to have confidence in yourself. It's very, very important. If you put on nice clothes and things, but you don't have confidence in yourself, then you won't achieve anything. And I will add one more thing to it. It's prayers. Before you go for an interview or go for something, even as you are entering the interview place, I prayed before coming in here. I prayed whilst I was here. You just do it. And basically that is it.
So there's something I used to say, and I think we've had this conversation before, where I say, faking, if you've made it, you don't need to prove to anybody that you have made it. So you put yourself in a position where people undermine you, look at you like you can't do it. So if the way the gate dresses, and is not popular, and is bidding for a company where nobody knows who is the gate, people will probably not take him seriously until he scoop up the whole company. Versus when they come in flashy, throw in big money, people tend to defend their investment at that point. So he, in that position, where he's hiding his identity, might probably get a better deal than when he comes out strong, proving that he has all the money in the world. Yeah, of course he does. That way, the price will be higher. But then for a young person like you and I, we need to position as, okay, like myself. You're a teenager now. I'm a young person.
You're spitting fire, bro.
So for someone like me, in that case, and B, we need to look presentable so that people open doors for us. There are some places, like I'll share personal experience. Last week, I was at a hotel down the street, not my room, and every time I walk in through the gate, I was lodged there. Every time I walk in through the gate, the security would ask me, where are the And in my head, I was like, the person that just walked in front of me,
You didn't ask him.
I kind of look more presentable than that person. You didn't stop this person to ask him, but you're stopping me to ask me. So it happened the first time, it happened the second time, it happened the third time. So flare up. Like, what's going on here? Do you have anything against me? I actually took it up to the management, and then they had to. I was like, I've been to other places, looking more tattered than you think I am looking, and I'm properly better dressed than you are.
Oh.
Of course, at the time, I told the person I'm better dressed than you are, and nobody is stopping me. But every other time you're asking me, who am I going to see? What am I doing here? Like, do I need an invite to come here? Is this not a hotel? Is it not for me to make payment and then lodge if I'm lodging or attend my event if I'm having an event? So the way we look sometimes actually determine how we are dressed. Sometimes, even though in my case, I don't look like you.
That's fine. I mean, you don't have to look like me, but they say dress the way you want to be addressed. But then again, don't let me even take it there. But no. So what I wanted to say was, I think if you judge somebody by
The way they look.
Yeah,
by the way they look, like, and I'm not saying somebody can not look dirty and everything, but then again, if you see somebody and you're already assessing what they have upstairs by how they look, then I think you also need to also check yourself. Because there are these theories in communication, but like I said, I don't want to dive into it. So first, Shema and I wanted to buy belts at CTFM, and funny crazy experience. So we didn't take it. We didn't take a car there. We didn't take a car there. So we just were like, normal. I even put in effort. I even watch hard. That okay, maybe even say we went there and we got to the gate and we knocked and the security guy was like, yes, what are you going to do for there? And I'm like, we want to see marketing department. Say for what? And I'm like, gate man. So the funny thing was, we're still there, and when he now finally ready to open the gate, he now opened the gate, and you know when somebody's side looks.
I think he did something. Okay, it was when he, like after the whole asking of okay, we want to see marketing, and I don't know. I think he went back and he just shut the gate like that. I think that was what set him off. The approach was it was bad. The countenance was bad. It was bad. Yeah. And for me, personally, I don't really, even if it's bad, I might not really say anything. Let me just enter, do what I need to do and get out. But what he still actually even cleared him that his boss, I think, had to come and settle the whole case. Yeah, and it's not as if like you said, the same situation as we were not horribly dressed. They probably just looked at it that okay, small boys.
No, you know the difference between my case. I drove in, I parked in their premise. I was parked there, so I went to check on someone else. Yeah. And then I was walking back.
Yeah.
So and then so it's like I am already there. And then you saw me while I was coming in. Yeah. You didn't interrogate me, but the next time you see me walking in.
Yeah, it's basically like what he said too. It's because we didn't carry. If they say that car, we carry enter.
That's if we carry car,
depends on the kind of car where you carry.
Forget.
See,
if we carry car,
if they say we carry car enter, it's not, and it's the same. It's the same in most places.
It is,
especially in Nigeria here. I'm going to use Nigeria because this is where we are.
Baba, I don't carry car enter one place where they ask me whether I be Uber driver.
Wait, which car you carry?
Which car you carry?
Camry. I carry Camry enter. I carry Camry enter
for small boys now. You're talking Camry.
They ask me whether I be Uber driver. So when you say even car, that's why I say depend on the kind of car you carry.
No,
if you carry Highlander,
if we carry car, even if now Uber Corolla we carry good. The guy no go open the gate, size us first. Because
you no go fit see off. You no go fit see. Normally your head you go see.
So see the way we talk, it will be different.
And then we bust your head. Should I tell you why? And now reverse is the case. And funny how. So when we made inquiries at marketing and everything, when we're leaving, the girl that are marketing that addressed us still peeped to see if we actually came in a car and we're gonna drive out in a car. Then because of the belt was around like I think if we're gonna do a month, it was over $1 million.
Was it $1 million?
Yeah, if we're going to do like a month, but it was over $1 million. So the girl needed to also peep and see that will these guys be able to pay
$1 million
for that belt. So that's why I'm saying sometimes fake it. So I would just like to direct the question to you again and say that do you think dressing has a part to play in your growth in life?
Yes, I would say yes. Yeah, dress smart. Even your hair depends on the.
Shot fire!
Ah! Blood of Jesus.
Even your hair, it depends on the environment that you are in. If you are in entertainment, obviously, people expect that you you can't have a low court and things like that. That is always better
Just
to
like a madman.
and play the part. So it depends on which environment that you are in. I mean, if you're a banker or you're going for a contract in a nice place, and then now you don't put on a suit and all that, it won't look too nice. Or you wear a trad or something, a nice pair of shoes, nice cut hair. And really these days, people don't look at your wristwatch because there are wristwatches that are very ordinary, expensive, and there are wristwatches that are cheap and they look very, very good. So nobody really knows a very good wristwatch these days. So as long as you look decent, that's what really matters at a young age.
But sir, I've seen in recent cases a lot of CEOs that don't dress all suit up these days. Wear pair of jeans, sneakers, a shirt, most of the time. Even when going for meetings these days.
Like I told you, it depends on the environment. If you're going for a meeting with people that already know you, then you can dress anyhow. But if you're going to a meeting, for a meeting that people don't know you, and you're trying to pitch yourself, then you have to dress much better than that.
I agree totally.
Yeah.
You should dress for the occasion.
dress for the occasion. I mean, completely agree. So I want to establish that because of growing up, you grow into like different stages. So I just like to go into the relationship part, and why I would like to just skip is because there are really germane topics that we need to talk about, and which affects the younger generation right now, and we are more experienced now. So I would first say that what are the key factors to consider when choosing a career path for a young person?
Yes, I would say that look at what you are good at. But at the same time, I tell young people too that what you are good at may not put food on the table. If it doesn't put food on the table, I'm move away from it. Because that's number one. It must put food on the table. And I would add another thing. I would add prayers too. Prayers that God directs you in the direction where you would be a success to yourself and the environment. When I finished my first degree, I never thought about pharmacy. I was thinking medicine. It was later on, a classmate of mine that studied medicine came to me and said, "Look, I should forget about medicine." And he explained why and all that. I said, "Okay, if it's not medicine, that is more business inclined than medicine because of the way he explained it to me." That's how I call myself in pharmacy. I don't regret it. So, like I said, if he hadn't come at that time, I would have been a medical doctor now, and I don't think I would have enjoyed being a medical doctor because I'm not someone who likes seeing too much blood around.
Okay.
I just wanted to study medicine because at that time it was all medicine or engineering and things like that. So I would go back again to, quietly pray to God to give you your own direction. Somebody can succeed in anything. I've seen people who have studied English, history, and they do better than those that have studied medicine, law, and all those things. So it's an individual thing. But at the end of the day, God has to direct you that, okay, this is your calling. I call it calling because if God has blessed that calling, you will excel. Even when it's difficult, you will excel.
Right. I would like to say what's the value of friendships? So what's the value of, like you made mention of that A friend that spoke to you and said, yo, let's do this. So, you should do this. What's the value of kind of friends?
The friends that you surround yourself with are friends that add value to you. Don't surround yourself with friends that it's all about party, enjoyment, except, like I said, if you're in the entertainment industry. But if you are going into other industries, it's better you surround. It's even better if they're a bit older than you, some of them are mature, so that both of you can share ideas. And they should be genuine friends. Friends that you are all going with. And usually what I see is that if you look at the success story of quite a few people that I know, friends have been instrumental, either advice or they collaborate in businesses and things and bring themselves up. So friendship, genuine friendship, is very, very important in one's success.
Okay, so before we move on the career path, so my question is really around staying in on one job for a very long time versus moving from one job, spending a year, 2 years on a job, and then moving to another job. So there are people that excel at it, right? People that are on their job and they grew to becoming like the current CEO of Nike. He started as an intern and today is the current CEO. But then there are plenty more people that will tell you that staying on the same job for a very long time actually reduce your growth in career. And this speaks to people that do not run their own businesses, people that are working. So which do you think is best for career growth and development? Staying on one job or moving from one job to the other every other time?
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. It's a very pertinent question. I don't know. And nobody knows.
True.
And that's why I would say go back to God. There's somebody that I know that comes from Ogun State. I won't mention his name. He was my senior in school. But I'm sure if I say a few things about him, you will all know him. We all grew up together. He's a billionaire in the US. But when I asked him how he got into that job, to be able to achieve what he has achieved, he said when they offered him the job that he never wanted to take it. When he got home, he talked to his wife, and the wife insisted that he take that job, that it would be good for him. And he said he just looked at that. Well, my wife always advises me right. Okay, I'll take the job. And that's how he got into that job, and that's where he is now. He's a Nigerian from the state. You understand? So, what I'm trying to say is that nobody knows the future. The only person who knows the future is God. So, the only thing is that you should not jump from job to job. If you spend 2 years here, move on to another job, 2 years, another job, 2 years, nobody's going to want to hire you because they look at it that you will only be there, you are very unreliable. So you have to look before you leap. And you should try to look at the area that you are working in. Sometimes you may not be in the area that you really like, or you might not be in a job that you enjoy or excel in. So it's okay if you move from that job to another job, because at the end of the day, it is where you excel that people are going to give you recognition. So you try to go into where you excel. your first job may not be the job that you liked to apply for, but on entering the job, you realize that, I'm good at it. And then you continue with it. So there's no hard and fast rule to staying at a job for 1 year, 2 years, 4 years, 5 years. But depending on what you want to achieve in life, do you want to be on your own? If you want to be on your own, then you have to set a target for yourself. Like, okay, I will only work for somebody for 5 years, for 7 years, for 8 years. And after that, I'll set up my own thing. But whilst you are doing that, you must also start thinking, what do I need to know so that I can be on my own? You understand? So there's really no hard and fast rule to being on your own, working for somebody, spending 1 year or 2 years at a job. It's dynamic. It's dynamic.
Okay, before I ask my question, I want to spin off of the question that he asked. You mentioned that when you were in school, that you wanted to go for medicine, and your friend advised you.
That's first day.
After during NYSC.
During NYSC, okay. So your friend advised you, and then went for pharmacy. Now, we have been talking towards the side of youth. This conversation has been youth-based, but also we cannot speak about the youth without speaking about the parents. So, in all that, how did your parents react to this particular decision? And also, what would you say to parents who exactly? So, because now that is what before you get to uni, I'm sure parents. You are a parent. He's a parent. Some of us want to be parents. Are we not your babies?
Okay, maybe you.
Okay.
Yes.
So, because all this, we believe that comes from a good place. Parents want the best for the child.
Yes.
So it's the image in their head that, I imagine this child doing this, and being this successful. This is something that most children have gone through. They probably had to fight their parents on the matter and everything. So, speaking about the parents, what would you say parents should do when it comes to career path and also picking a course choice or course of study? How best do you handle that kind of situation?
It's just to layer it. At what point from the child's perspective does it not become rebellion?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's also a very, very good question, because a lot of parents have a set idea in their head. If a child, I would like my child to be an engineer. I would like my child to be that. I think I would advise parents to allow children to do what they want, but advise them as to the pros and cons of what they want to do or what they want to achieve. Because what is a parent? A parent is supposed to guide, not impose. When you impose on a child, if the child fails, then you have an issue with the child. So just advise the child very well. And give examples of maybe your friends or your friends' children or something. Not that you are comparing, but just tell them, so and so did this and then moved into this and into that. So it's just advice. Parents should advise and not impose on their children. The days of imposing on children is gone. A child, like I said earlier on, a child can study any course and still achieve. And be very successful. So my advice to parents is please don't impose your own will on your children. You have to advise. That is all.
So speaking to what you said, at what point does it not look like rebellion, and also at what point does it look like rebellion?
Okay, so I think, if you ask me, I think he addressed that already when he said, let your children decide their own career path.
The child.
For instance,
No, so hold on, let me learn. So he's saying that let your children determine their own career path by themselves. So the parents are not literally deciding, should not be the one deciding. I think where rebellion comes in is when the parents want the child to be a doctor and the child wants to be, say, a musician because Davido is his role model or Wizkid is his role model, Jay-Z. Me, unfortunately, I can't rap. So it is only at that point that the case of rebellion starts setting in. If the parents want you to be, if you take for instance, my dad literally wanted me to be in the military, right? I'm from Benue, so we like military. We like military. A proper Benue man wants
a lot of people in the military come from that.
Yeah,
I mean the middle belt.
Yeah,
a lot.
So a lot of parents from that era want at least one of their child to be in the army, navy, or air force. So my dad actually wanted me to be there. I wrote entry examination to Defense Academy twice. Of course, the politics involved in getting into NDA. We don't know what to discuss.
Politics of failure.
At the time, they don't admit more than 5 people from each state. It is 5 people from each state. It's not failure. I've always been brilliant. So just so you know. So at that point, but eventually I chose my own path. I decided to study mathematics and science. But eventually, again, I'm selling alcohol.
I mean,
but you relate in a way, Sha.
I'm counting bottles.
So disappointing after you did all the calculus. Yeah, counting bottles.
Yeah,
but that's that. I mean, that's just bad.
Yeah, but for the rebellion thing, still.
That's what I was still getting. Because, for instance, now, I know that deep down, Peter cannot sing. Like, we just know that deep down, my child cannot do this thing. Do you understand?
But Peter is sincere.
Why?
To be sincere.
Peter was on his own. Peter was on his own. What did Peter do to you?
Look, it's an example now.
It's not an example.
It's a good example.
He know like you.
Genuinely, you just know that this not your strong hold. Like, you can be stronger at better things. You understand? I have a kid sister and my kid sister is studying, I can't remember what she's studying, but she's in like in sciences. Okay. She's in sciences and she forever wanted to be like a nurse or something in that light. But you know how Nigeria can be with the whole cut-off thing and everything. I'm not that she's not brilliant, but the system will not just let her do what she wants to do. And I think she would even be more successful than I am in the entertainment space. But she can't just wake up and say she wants to switch careers. Do you understand?
Okay, so can I ask you a question on that bit? What before entering uni, what did you want to do with your life?
Me?
Yes, you.
Genuinely, I always knew that this boy, you can't stand everywhere. So, I actually wanted to study law because my
by the way, he just confirmed that he graduated with a third class because he doesn't study.
I didn't graduate. I will send you my certificate so you can display it.
Yes, we should.
Yeah, you would because I mean I don't even sound like someone that graduated the third class. Why?
So speaking good English.
No,
speaking good English. Do not. I've met lots of people.
And there's a book that I need you to read.
Fidelity speaks good English.
No, he doesn't.
Fidelity speaks good English.
No. And there's a book that I read. There's a book that I read.
Yeah.
And the book says why A students
work for C students.
Yeah. So I
think I read that. I read that. So you're a C student.
That should answer your question. And
no, so you're a C student.
And I need to task in your brain. I get it. It's great. So at what point do you know that genuinely this is not my child's strength? He wants to be tenacious about this. But I know that you can be better at that. And the child wants to be rebellious.
Yeah, I still go back. I think I've answered it quite a bit from what I said initially. When does a child rebel? A child rebels when a child feels genuinely that they're good at something. The parent says, no, you must do this. Personally, I think I would give the child space to do what they want to do and fail at it. And not that you will allow them to fail. What I mean is that immediately you start seeing the signs of failure, then you call the child. See what I'm telling you. Look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that. And you can tell the child to go and speak to an uncle that understands all these things as well, or an auntie or something. But I still believe that allow the child space. Because you don't want a situation where when a child is much older and doesn't succeed, the child now says, Shebe, it was you that said I should do this. Look at where I have ended up. I think you understand what I'm saying. So you don't let a child rebel. Because once a child rebels once, there's nothing you ever tell the child going forward. The child will accept from you. And what's the job of a parent? Advisor. You are to advise, not to impose. Especially these days that children know a lot more than you think they know. If you go online, they will tell you about everything in the world. So that's my take.
All right then. So my question is, how do you maintain good work, a healthy work-life balance at various stages of your life once you start working? You know, after uni and serving and all that, you get your first job. How do you maintain it healthy? Because at that point you want to do the most, you want to put in the work and all that. So then it gets to the point of you are already in the workforce, you are stable in the workforce, where you start to progress. Maybe you now move from that job to another one, which might be more tasking. So how do you manage yourself, your work life and your personal life up until the point of one getting married, and also how do you manage your work life and personal life even in marriage? Like just a progression from.
He actually needs that question because he needs to balance his life right now.
My life is balanced. My life is balanced.
You know that his life is not balanced.
My life
He
is
was literally dozing here.
Yes, because I'm stressed. Like
Exactly.
you said, I'm working. I'm working. Hold on.
You are further proving my point.
Hold on.
You're
Wait.
stressed.
No, the thing is, okay, this is how my life. I'm working 2 jobs. I have 1 day free in the week where I used to do my personal thing. So, how else am I going to? How else am I going
You're
to?
just asking your questions personally.
No,
But
how else am I going to? No, wait, no, wait.
You've asked the
Sir,
question.
sir, they said my life is not balanced.
Avoid
My
the
life.
urge
I-
to
I-
shalaye.
I think you've asked 2 questions in one.
Yes.
And basically, the first question is that when you start work or you're working, how do you know that how do you balance your work life and your personal life? It's only you that can know how to balance both. But the only thing is that you should try to make sure that you are getting the best of both worlds. For example, you just started work and you're working for somebody. You have to impress that person to be able to stay. So, which means that you're going to put in more effort than usual. But 2, when you start working for somebody, you should also be thinking of how much information can I imbibe from this work I'm doing. It's because it's all this information that you get is what is going to make you progress in future. So for the first few years, you work as hard as you can for the company or the person, because that's where you get your income and experience. Yes, both of you are right. Both income and experience. So at that time, you may not even have much time for extracurricular activities much. And then gradually, when you now understand the job that you are in, then you can create more space for extracurricular activities like dating or football. But at the same time, you should at least give yourself, if you are a lover of football, play football or watch football, maybe at weekends. You know, that's the first one. Second one, if you are married, then the balancing act has to be better. A lot of people get married, you've toasted her, now you are married, you forget about her. You really can't afford to forget about her. You have to give her time as well. Maybe take her out to a place to eat, talk to her. And you know that these days women are working as well. So they are working and you are working. So both of you don't have time except at weekends. So you try to make the weekend, what's the word? You try to make the weekend with both of you together as much as possible. And if you have children, that's also a time to interact with your child so that your child knows you. So that's what I would say.
Okay. You said on the issue of marriage, you said create time for your partner so that things can be well balanced. And quite recently, actually, I've had to have conversation with someone very close to me who it was in case of marriage. Yeah, whereas she has a couple of friends who have issues with their marriages and all that, whereas the man is not exactly so present in the marriage. The man is not exactly present. It's not news that this is very, very rampant, especially now. And I actually thought about it, and I think from a man's perspective, I put myself in those men's shoes, and from a man's perspective, you probably say something like, as long as I'm putting money on the table, as long as I'm putting food on the table, isn't that what? And to be fair, I'm not saying they're wrong, I'm not trying to justify it, but these days, if you are not bringing money, that's because that is now, if you are, like you hear, is that if you don't have money, don't talk to me. It's true. What is if that's it's that
is it really true? That's
if you don't press money.
Yeah, exactly. if you don't, it's not even just only the women saying it now, even men.
Yeah, like this young man. He was saying
No, my own is if you are not working at any
a certain amount
of money.
yes.
So I would like to answer my question and also answer his question. The way
he said this book question.
Yes. Okay. I'll take yours first, and that is that. Yes, it's true that the man brings in the money, but you really have to. Once you are married, you really have to have time for the woman. If you don't have time for her, it's going to become a problem. You see, yes, we may say that women is all about money. But if any of you have a daughter, or when any of you have a daughter, you want her to marry somebody who can look after her.
No.
The answer is no. So, but at the same time, you have to be nice to her. Because why did she marry you? Yes, you have access to money, but she wants to be with you. So you have to continue to let her know that you still value her. Apart from money, you still value her, which matters a lot. So create time for both of you. At least, even if it's just at the weekends. Then during the week, you can ask her how was her day. She to ask you how was your day. She puts on nice clothes. You tell her, oh, you look good in this, or maybe if you adjust it a bit, so she sees that you just don't see her as she's just there. I've married her. That is it. So those are the things. That's answering your question. And to answer the second question about money. Yes, I know that these days it's all about money, the man money. But you see, there are still good girls around. There are still good men around. There are still good women around. There's still good men around. It's for you to look for them and identify them. And once you've identified them, then you marry them. And you haven't asked me the question about before you get married, so I'll wait until.
Okay, so
I need to clear something because people have painted me in money way.
no, you can't. No, there's nothing you're going to say that's going to change the way.
I don't care what both of you.
No, it's not.
No. So when I mean money, it's not. I don't mean money.
Okay.
I just mean that there needs to be a certain level of comfort that you should have for yourself. And I say this because of I find it absolutely ridiculous that now, as a lady, that you say that okay, you are preparing to get married or you are in the market looking for a man to grow with, you cannot afford it for yourself. You cannot eat without me doing trust.
You can sort some little things.
I can't have a flat tire. And I can't call you that half a babe. Quickly send me. So that's what I mean by there has to be some level of.
I agree. I agree with you. I do agree with you. I do agree with you. It's always better if you, and it helps the lady and it helps you as well, because she will also have self-confidence in that marriage as well. If I were a man now, I would look for a woman that, yes, she might not be, obviously, at your level, you can't look for a woman that's earning 50k a month, but a decent amount of money. It's not as if you look for a woman to earn 500,000 a month before you are able to get married to her. Maybe 150.
Thank you very much.
50.
Because
she will grow.
His standard is a minimum of 700k per month.
It was clickbait. It was clickbait for the media.
Now you want to change
it was clickbait.
Nah. You said the mean. So it's not like we disagreed with you when you said that.
Clickbait.
No, calm down. We did not disagree with you when you said
media professional, clickbait.
However, the thing, I believe that any person I am dating or getting married to should be able to afford herself some level of comfort. And there's this popular saying now, I'm within the female circle, that always have your vex money. So whenever the guy does anything that offends you, while you guys are out on a date, you can get angry, walk out of the place, pay your bill, or pay both bills, and then get out. Women, that's why
pay both bills and go okay, we're angry.
However, speaking of relationship, well, I am married. You know my wife.
Yes.
Okay. So, you see, responsible people. But
you'll be the chairman of my wedding.
But for young men like him and him, he's single and but he's in a relationship, I guess. At what point should they consider marriage? At what point, what should be the outlook when they are looking for someone to go out with, for him, for someone to start dating? And at what point should they feel like, it's time for me to get married? So it's one thing to say, I am old enough, because I hear many people say this, that, you are old enough, you've been dating this person long enough, you should go ahead and get married.
Okay. If you're not prepared to get married, you shouldn't date a woman for too long, because you are reducing her chances of getting married, because a woman has a marriage time frame for her to get married, but a man's own is very, very long. So if you know that you're not interested in marrying a woman when you get to a certain age, it's better you let her go. Even if you like her to the point of getting married, but you are not there yet financially and things, it's better to let her go so that she's able to get married. And she'll be grateful to you in the future that you let her go, even though she liked you or you liked her and all that. And then the type of woman that you date, you must already have an idea in your mind. Like he has said that a woman should earn so and so amount, but there are very few women that earn that amount of money. Now, if you supposing you get a woman that even earns that kind of money, can you manage her? The woman that earns that kind of money she's very, very assured. She is most likely she'll be a person that wants to control everything happening around her. Now, are you somebody who will bend a bit for your wife? Because if you cannot bend a bit, then yes, you will have issues. So and it's not all about money. Okay, supposing she's earning 700 now. 5 years down the line, she starts earning just 200. But she loses that job. How would you react? How would she react? So money should be secondary. But I'm not saying go for a woman that earns 50,000. But at the same time, money shouldn't be the major preference.
Yeah, so I will just put you on the spot here. 3 things that a young man needs to have in place before he gets married. So for me, like a car is essential because of my wife flying bike.
Okay.
So what are 3 things that? What are 3 things?
But you're still flying bike.
Yeah, I'm still flying bike now, but
Okay,
no,
fine.
I have to not fly bike. What are 3 essentials that? Let me give you 4 essentials that a man must have.
Yes, what I would say is that first of all, does she genuinely love you?
You need to be sure that she loves you.
Yes, and one of the ways that you can do it is let her interact with your family. When I say interact, not just your father and mother. Interact with uncles. You take her to uncles' house and all that. How does she behave in that environment? Those are one of the things. There are many things, but again, do you genuinely love her? Does she genuinely love you? Like you said, you go out for a drink. Maybe you thought you had 10,000 naira in your account, and the food and everything, and the bill is about 6,000 naira or 7,000 naira, and you did not know that you have given somebody a check or something, and they've taken 4,000 from your account. So if you pay that bill 6,000, you don't have anything left in the account, and you now tell her, can she help you with 2K or 3K, or cover the meal, and you will pay her back? How does she respond? Because in a relationship, there should be some trust. Yes, I know that there's a lot of trust deficit these days with the man and the woman. But at the end of the day, if you want to marry genuinely, both the man and the woman, there has to be a level of trust. I think you understand what I'm saying. There has to be a level of trust. So, trust, and both of you, what are your future plans? Have you asked her what she wants to achieve? Does she know what you want to achieve? It's very important that both of you are on the same page if you want to get married. For example, now, she's a banker, she's doing well in the bank, and you want to Japa abroad. You are going to disrupt her flow, except she has agreed before you get married that, okay, I'm prepared to sacrifice my career for both of us to go abroad, or something like that. I'm just giving an example. Or let's say you travel a lot. You're a salesman for a company, you travel a lot. She has to know that you travel a lot, so you won't be around quite a bit. So how are you going to manage that? You understand? Maybe it would be better if you live close to in a house close to where your brother lives, or something such that they can be checking up on her. So you make sure that there's no trust deficit between you and your friends. Don't let a woman get into the way, and vice versa too. If I were talking to women, I'll also tell them that don't, because of a man, mess up friendship, because you don't know where you would meet and you will need their assistance in future, 10 years from now, 15 years from now. I think you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
Because at the end of the day, trust really, really, really matters a lot. It's trust that makes a boss promote you, apart from working hard. Because the more you rise up the chain or the ladder, the more your boss trusts you. And somewhere along the line, there'll be money involved. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. So you don't want people coming at the back to say, is it this guy that you want to trust? This guy is not trustworthy. And those are the areas where you know whether a friend is trustworthy or not. I mean, in an area, or brother, whatever, areas where there is no discipline. I think you understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
All right, sir. Sorry.
Okay.
Infidelity. Today we see, back in the days, growing up, we hear that, oh, this man is sleeping with multiple women in a marriage. But these days we see situations where women are just as guilty as the man.
You mean more guilty?
They're more guilty sometimes, right? So, what have led to this trend? Is it that men have committed so much that women have decided, okay, I'm going to pay all the men back?
Time to fight back.
Who go lose?
My take on it, because everybody has different takes on this kind of thing. But I think it's the environment and society. Women are, in general, earning almost as much as men are earning. Women are getting into top positions like men. The women's liberation movement that says that a man is equal to a man and all that. I think all those things have contributed to what we are seeing now. It's contributed a lot to what we are seeing now. But I would always say at the end of the day that the woman that you pick as a wife, or if it's a woman, the man that they pick as a husband, really matters a lot, because the partner you have is going to determine a lot, is a major determinant in your future. So this infidelity thing, now let me tell you about the spiritual part of it. The spiritual part of it is that it really affects one spiritually. A lot of people don't understand that area, but we'll leave that for another time. If you can't be one with your wife in terms of thought your wife is thinking, if you are outside the house, she's thinking, oh, maybe she's with another woman. That house cannot be okay, and vice versa. So, and it all goes back to the kind of partner that you choose. So, okay, that's it.
Okay. I have two questions based off of two things that you said. Number one is you said something about if a man is not where he is financially, while he's with a woman, that you should let the woman go because a woman has a time frame whereby they are highly desirable at that point. So now, what would you now say to partners growing with each other, in the sense that I'm not earning as much as to keep us stable in a marriage, but I am working towards it. I'm working towards it. Would you say that, okay, despite the fact that I'm working towards it, that the lady cannot still stay with me and grow? We help each other. We genuinely help each other grow. Are you saying that, okay, because of the fact that I'm not where I am, where I'm not financially stable enough, I can't be with this person that I say I love, pending like growing together to the point where we get married?
It's a difficult question, but it depends. For example, now, if the woman is, say, earning 200,000, you are earning 100,000. It doesn't matter. You can both get married as long as both of you are on the same page. She knows that she's going to contribute to the success of this marriage, financially contribute to the success of this marriage. There's nothing wrong in that, as long as you, the man, are still the boss in the house. Because, like I always tell people, there can only be one captain in the house. That doesn't mean that you boss your wife, but somebody has to take the decision and the lead. Understand? So, if it doesn't matter, once both of you's income can take care of the family, don't let anybody put you under pressure as a man to get married, because once you get married, you'll be own.
Very important point.
So yeah, so that's what I would say.
For the second question, it's based off of where you said, do not let a woman come in between you and your friends. Which, that actually is I believe it's a very valid point. But I also think that, doesn't it also depend on the circumstance? Like, take for instance, I'm dating someone. My guy knows about it. And my guy makes a move on my woman, despite the fact that he knows that, I'm dating.
He's not your guy.
Despite the fact that, and this is somebody that I say, okay, no, we are close, we are brothers, we are this, we are that. We have known each other from way back. So would I now say, because of, do not let a woman come in between,
Okay.
the both of us,
I see your point. The main thing is that if your friend is hitting on somebody that he knows you are serious with, he's not your friend, he's your enemy. I mean, simple. Simple. So you put him, I won't even say arm's length.
In his place.
And put him miles away from you. He's not your friend. He will do worse.
Yeah, I just wanted to get that out because, we just stated that. We just looked at it from one point, whereas, okay, do not let a woman come in between. So I wanted to spread out this because everybody has their take and opinions on a lot of things these days.
And if you find out that, because it could also be the other way, the woman might be hitting on your friend.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem is that you don't know whether it's the friend hitting on her or her hitting on your friend, except if you trust your friend very, very much and you believe what he's saying. Because if she's hitting on your friend and you believe your friend and your friend is saying that that's what's happened, then she's not for you too. So that's the other way of looking at it.
Not for you. So I had one question, but just slipped my mind. But this is like a this or that segment. So you have to, is that you are here?
Oh yeah, there's no sitting on the fence.
Yeah, but during the conversation, you made mention of something that I think you said another day. So that means you have co-signed that you will be on our show another time.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
I'll try my best.
So we're using this.
Thank you very much in advance.
Thank you.
Because we need all this expert and
Yeah.
Expert opinion.
yes, because I mean, like
good.
the other day we were having a conversation as regards like house rent and all that conversation with the other.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I think we also like your expert opinion, but this is this or that. You have to choose one.
Okay.
All right. So the first one, drum rolls. All right. A high-paying job or a fulfilling career?
I think the way the environment everywhere in the world is now,
Yeah, I already explained.
high-paying job. High-paying job.
High-paying job.
Yes.
All right. So this is small social circle or a large network.
A large network.
A large network.
Yes.
Interesting. I like that. All right. Minimalist or luxury? I feel like I already know your answer.
Minimalist.
All right. So I'll go with this other one. Self-improvement on books or online courses.
Self-improvement on books or online courses.
Okay.
Taking online courses.
Okay, I would say online courses.
Like, interesting. All right. Investment in real estate or stocks. Stocks is terrible.
I mean, I will always tell you real estate because
I know that, so I know that for sure.
it's not going anywhere because the land can't be carried away.
Area
But
boys.
stocks,
Omoinile can take it away.
it depends on you if you get a good piece of land. But that's the answer.
All right, final one. Competition or collaboration?
It depends, but
This or that.
I would say collaboration. Since you said it's either this or that.
So collaboration.
Collaboration. All right.
Okay, so
Does any other person have a final question? If I drop my final question.
Oh, wait,
okay,
me, I
so
have
let me
me.
say
Okay,
something.
okay,
Let me
okay,
say
yeah.
something. So it's not much like a question.
Mm.
It's a conversation we've had with him on a different platform before. At my church, actually, Center Christ Church.
Praise the
Shout
Lord.
out.
And don't talk to the church.
Okay. And he
No,
said something.
nice.
No, no, no.
God.
I'm talking about. I'm going
Okay,
moving on
okay.
my conversation.
Yes.
I don't care you, man, bro. Who cares about your
Exactly.
opinion?
Let's just move on.
You that you're a pastor's child. That. Okay, so he said something that day and he stopped with me. Somebody asked this question, very funny question. I wasn't planning on having children. Or how did he come the question that day? Like I wasn't planning on having getting married, but it just happened. And the question was, how do marriage just happen? Is it that you woke up one day and then you saw how your bed bad? You are married. And so I really want your take on that. And we know that there are a whole lot of single parents out there and children born outside of marriage. And so a lot of single mothers, single fathers. What's your take or what's your advice for people that are living single with children?
My advice is that all hope is not lost. Because you made a mistake, that doesn't mean that your life is finished or that one cannot achieve anything in life. What I would say is that it's done is done. How do you look after the child and at the same time how do you get up in your career? And you can still get married again. I know it's difficult in this environment that the parents of the man or woman will say, he already has a child. But if they see that you are genuinely in love with your partner, I think over time they will rescind the decision in terms of that. They will say, it's okay to get married to that kind of a person. It's because at the end of the day, any of us can make that mistake. And because we've made that mistake doesn't mean that we can't, that's the end of life. And you carry on. But it should teach you that you should learn from your mistakes. This happened to you, it will never happen a second time. Because if it happens a second time, then you have a problem. That means you didn't learn the first time. So that's mine.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's based off this or that question, one of it that you answered, where I said a fulfilling job or a high-paying job. Yeah, I just want to ask a fulfilling career or a high-paying job. Yeah, I want to know the basis of your answer.
Okay, the basis of my answer is that, for example, now you're an artist. When I say artist, you draw. You draw and nobody's buying the art. I mean, buying the canvas, the art. So, at what point is it? It could be fulfilling to you, but you're not good enough for people to look at it and buy. So, what's the point?
What's the definition of a fulfilling career?
What you enjoy. For example, there are some footballers who don't really like football, but it pays very well. But if you see somebody like, I would mention Osimhen, you can see he enjoys playing. And because he enjoys it, yes, it's bringing him good money, it's putting food on the table, but he really enjoys playing. In my days, it was J.J. Okocha. J.J. Okocha, even when you kick him, he's laughing. You can see he enjoyed football. So he's fortunate that he enjoys something that puts food on the table. But at the end of the day, it's putting food on the table. If you can't put food on the table with what you enjoy doing, no point. So that's...
Yeah, okay. So, thank you. So, final question before I sign out. And this one is it's a weird kind of question, but I'll ask it anyway. Do you think your background played a role in your success?
Yes.
And do you think it gave you leverage?
Yes. Yes. It gave me leverage because I was in a business environment. So I already understood that it was going to be difficult. A lot of my mates, look for jobs very quickly and all that. I knew it would be difficult. So one's background really matters. I have friends that their fathers were businessmen. Even their fathers didn't go to school much. But their fathers had started doing business. Invariably, all his children are businessmen. And they're doing exceptionally well. Not just well, exceptionally well. Because they saw their father took them to work. They saw ups and downs of business. So it prepares you. It really matters. It really matters a lot. Upbringing matters a lot.
If you don't have a great background, I think you should work to be background that your children will leverage.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right. That's why we keep hosting. And so finally, before we go, any last word? Anything you want to say? Anything that we should have asked or that you just want to...
Okay. Yeah. What I will tell the...
I don't want best.
What I'll tell what I'll tell the youth is being young, or when you are young and money comes in for you, don't spend it lavishly. Try to invest in something quickly. My take is investing on a piece of land, because if you make money, especially if you make money, maybe suddenly you did a contract, you did a job, and you made, I'm just saying, you made 5 million naira. What comes into a young man's mind first is, I can buy a car, I can I can move my house from Mowe to Ikeja. Don't make that mistake on that first money. Just get a safe piece of land in Mowe or Fada, wherever. Just buy it. If it's divide that money into 2.5, put into a piece of land. Then the rest, you can enjoy it. But at least you have something where in future, when you need to sell, for you to reboot your business or whatever, it might have appreciated to 6, 7, 10 million. But if that money is in your hand, you will invariably spend everything. Invariably, you will spend all the 5 million. And you'll be asking yourself, what did I do with this 5 million? Because as you start taking money out, it's gone. Okay, thank you.
So,
funny how you
now you be that.
I don't think I'm a lavish spender. I'm just a tactical spender.
So
yes, I like that word, tactical.
Lavishly.
No, there needs to be some money for the streets.
All right.
You budget
thank you very much.
Yeah? Sorry, sir.
I said you budget what you want to spend on entertainment.
On entertainment, actually.
If it's 100,000 out of 5 million or 200,000, just look at this 200. After that,
money.
After that, I will not do any other thing. Yeah.
But I think the next time we have you on the podcast,
yeah,
it will be personal. Me and you, these guys will be on one side.
Then I just ask the question. Thank you very, very much, sir, for honoring our invitation and for being a guest on this platform. We appreciate you, sir.
It's a pleasure.
Of course, you've already assured us that when we call again, you make yourself available for us.
Not sure.
Okay.
He said next time now.
Okay.
No, he said,
I assure you. I assure you.
Recontent.
I mean, when I'm available.
Of course,
no problem, sir.
We'll work with
your schedule.
No, I don't know. Growing people cannot be dictating time for people that
of course. All right,
ladies and gentlemen, this is the Tattle podcast. Thank you guys so much for coming through. OJ, BA, I don't know which one to call you. I'm always missing. And we have people behind the camera. We have Tunde, we have Konga, and of course the amazing crew that made this happen. We appreciate you guys. Most especially, thank you so much, sir. I learned a lot.
It's a pleasure.
Personally.
It's a pleasure.
And these guys also learned a lot. So do not forget to follow the Tattle podcast across all social media platforms. Also on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, YouTube. We have Instagram, and also we have Facebook. I think we have Instagram. Facebook.
Yeah, we have Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. So you can also get these very cool jackets.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get us to start monetizing this merch. You guys need to be business oriented like me and Insta. Do you understand?
Very hot. Very
So if you need the merch,
reach out to us. Our DMs are open.
Yeah, yes, they are open on Instagram. You can't DM us on Facebook. But you can comment and we'll text you. Yeah. All right. So
shout out to the studio, Recall Studio, for giving us the space. We appreciate.
They shall allow us call record.
Thank you for your time anyway. We appreciate you, brother.
Mm-hmm. It was saying that they will give us space.
I hope this thing will not now be green and blue when we see the banner output. But that's by the way. All right, so we're going to have champagne and
and canopies.
Anywho, we've come to the end of our recording, and once.
Why is it that when you're telling thank you, you'll be smiling? When you're not talking to me, you're not smiling.
Because you are very disrespectful. You know what done now.
Then I have another thing in mind. When they were asking questions, sir, you said good question. All the questions I asked, you did not say good question.
Because you asked terrible questions.
Is that true?
No, it's okay. And you ask good questions as well.
He said it's okay.
Let's encourage you.
All right, shout out to you guys. Peace. Have a lovely week.
So let's